Now let's discuss the audiolingual method. Actually, uh, this method actually was proposed by Charles, and was a product of this movements in 19, okay, by Charles, okay, and Jefferson, okay, 1994. Um, Actually, this method actually it was okay, focus the most important thing on the teacher's role, okay, role in order to supply and support students or learners with a certain contextual, that mean certain contextual tags or maybe resources, no, for their mother tongue. And this grammar actually was restricted in scope to various forms and different forms, which is used in spoken language rather than the written language. So let's go here, okay, with the silent method. We know that silent method that refers to what? Silent method from its name, just like it's silent. Why it's silent? Because it refers to the problem solving, okay, which is proposed by Glebe Gitono. Actually, the goal or the main aim of this method in order to produce the target language. For example, just like teacher maybe provided different strategies or tools for the classroom, just like chalks or color chalks or maybe charts in order to establish the meaning, okay, of the certain utterances. Here, the role of the students or learners in the classroom, just like the self-monitoring technique in order to develop and build their structured knowledge about the language, I mean the target language. Let's go to total physical response. Physical response actually was proposed and designed by James Asher. This shows that how teacher takes the most important role in the classroom. I mean, the teacher dominant the approach, while learning only listen, okay, and response to the teacher, to his instruction. But there is actually one of these disadvantage. There is not there is no just like interactions between both, because okay, the teacher who takes a role in the classroom. So just to be, yeah, I really like this method because it takes me to other word, since we use okay different technique with different procedure here. This method we use it which is different from other by using certain just like maybe music, okay, background in music. The purpose of this method in order to reduce the psychological barriers of students, okay, actually confusion or maybe anxiety. So this method provides relax, okay, maybe comfortable okay, in the in the classroom environment. So let's go to the next method, which is communicative language teaching, or what we can call communicative approach. This method actually was proposed by Swen, K 2001, and other. This method actually was explicitly a post-method approach to language teaching. That's mean these principles underline the use of different classroom techniques and procedures, which are okay, really important, okay, rather than the package of teaching material. So this communicative approach actually united with the communicative principles, or with the common principles, okay, which include the view of language. So let's go to the other method, which is okay, factional, okay, national methods. This method actually, uh, it's really important, since okay, it's emphasis on what? Emphasis, okay, on the certain how can I say it? Okay, it's emphasis on um the interactions in everyday in everyday factions, or maybe to language factions, as well as okay, notions. I mean by language factions, for example, just like giving directions, offering devices, or maybe just like buying food, or by notions, I mean, such as the quantity or locations, or even the concepts such as time. Here, this method actually offered little device on appropriate teaching approaches. So, another method, let's go to the task-based, okay, based learning. This methodology actually, or this method, okay, involving the process of thinking and doing by learners, by students, I mean, maybe requiring such as requiring to follow certain generic skills, okay, such these skills may be problem solving, okay, reasoning, or maybe communicating, conceptualizing, inquiring. Actually, it's really important. All these we have to take into considerations, since okay, this method, which is okay, task-based learning. Uh, let's go to the general pedagogy, since it relates to the pedagogy, uh, to the teaching, okay, to education, and was designed okay, by Paulo K. Ferrier in 1970. This actually is concerned with what? Providing the students, okay, as what with the powerful genres okay, of written and spoken text, okay, actually in society, and how this pedagogy employs a procedure of explicit instructions. These instructions okay, that have been done by a teacher in order to let learners in constructions of text through analysis of the subject matter. So these methods okay, are really important, and most of teachers can use okay one or more of these methods, and each method okay, has positive and positive maybe okay, or negative characteristics. So let's just start here okay, with the methodology and curriculum. What's the meaning of curriculum here, since we've known what's the meaning of methodology. Curriculum here it refers actually to problematic, okay, for specific purposes. For example, maybe it refers to interlaces of plans, of procedures and experiences okay, that have that learners actually, or that learners undertake certain guidance of school. And actually this curriculum that adopted by March and was in 1995. So we have key curriculum here show the distinction between the three, between experienced curriculum, indicated curriculum, as well as by planned or intended curriculum. What I mean by experience curriculum, which is the individual learners, okay, the individual students, okay, that achieve from this process, what they achieve, okay, what they gain from this process. While planned or intended curriculum actually it refers what it refers to the product of design. It refers to the development by different agencies, for example, just like uh, educational publishers, or maybe educational purists at the specific level of states or state level. While any enacted curriculum, which refers to educational contents, actually, and certain activities that are provided in the class. So let's go here beyond methods. We know that what we know okay about okay, beyond methods, okay, there are certain things we have to know about what are beyond methods. Here, beyond methods, actually, most of the scholars can emphasize and give their opinions about their methods. But the question here, okay, why has methodology failed to provide a clear and obvious set of precepts to language teachers? Actually, one of the reasons actually to relate it is that language and education, because we know that okay, both of these concepts, language and education, are so complex phenomenon, uh, and as well as because the second language, we know that also second language is a complex okay multifaceted phenomenon, actually, and it's not surprising because it has come to okay to mean different things to different people. So the purpose here of the second language learning actually, it's mainly to acquire knowledge, okay, about the second language. So it's really difficult for proponents of the method to show and claim how learning and styles and purposes, okay, reform in this curriculum. So here with the classroom case in pedagogy, actually it shows that involve how the borrowing from existing approaches, from existing methods that involve most of teachers to construct certain creative solutions, certain solve certain problems in order to issue to address, okay, and to let the learners to know how the problem solving in their work or maybe throughout okay, everyday life. If we want to conclude this what we have done, actually it's really important since in the post method context applied linguistic can make telling contribution to the development of teachers principal electorisms or pragmatisms, okay, by providing the principles that by foundations of teachers informed choice. So here it's really important since okay I've mentioned before the definitions, okay, the was the difference between method and methodology, was the meaning, what is beyond methods, what are the methods, okay, what uh, the most important thing that it relates with the beyond language. I want to mention something here, okay, since it relates to beyond language in the conclusion. Here, in order, okay, to reconcile or the theoretical insights, here we have certain insight methods okay, which are usually generated, okay, of the center of power over the realities of this okay powerful, maybe to maximize we have a certain okay concerning the procedures. It refers to minimize maximize learning opportunities or maybe facilitate negotiation interaction or maybe raise cultural consciousness, or even it refers to activate okay intuitive heuristic. I mean that's happened by encouraging certain uh, I mean encouraging people and students, but also ensure social relevance, okay, we have foster language awareness, okay, all these things okay we have to take it in consideration, okay, because it refers okay, how it refers the central of power with the realities. And thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the lecture.